Morning, Braille class. I'm really glad you could join me for our English lesson this morning. Today, what you'll need is a pencil and some lined paper if you've got it, or just paper if you haven't. Okay, pause me now while you go and get those things. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen with you. So our objective today is, can I write the instructions for how to trap a giant? Good, so we're going to be writing it up and having a go. So let's practice our story map together. Sorry, I forgot my whiteboard. Right, let's practice. Are you ready? So we're going to do my turn, your turn. So how to trap a giant. Good. You will need a spade, comma, some leaves and some meat. Full stop. Your turn. Good. 1. First, comma, quietly dig a large and deep hole. Full stop. Good. 2. Next, comma, carefully scatter the leaves over the hole to cover it. Full stop. Good. Okay. 3. After that, comma, cautiously place the meat at the bottom of the hole for the giant to smell. Full stop. Good, well done. 4. Finally, comma, the giant will not be able to resist and will fall into the hole to eat the meat. Full stop. Fantastic. Extra tips. Good. Bullet point. Keep well hidden, as giants love to eat little children. Full stop. Well done. And then be careful not to let the giant escape. Full stop. Good, fantastic. Thank you for joining in with me. I'm sending you a sparkle. Well done, year 1. Okay, let's practice some of our sounds. So we're going to do my turn, then your turn, okay? So I've got for yawn at dawn, or. Do you remember this one? Air. It's about this one. I. It's about this one. Ooh. Ooh. Good. Right, I'm going to call out a sound. See if you can point to it. Or. Did you get it? See if you can beat me. Ooh. Air. I. Air. Ooh. Or. Fantastic. Thank you for keeping up with me. Okay, so look, we have got our instructions here. So let's remind ourselves, what do we need at the beginning of our instructions? We need a title, but what do we need after the title? Can you tell me? Fantastic. We need to include a list, and we learned how to write lists properly, didn't we? What else do our instructions need? Can you tell me? Good, I had lots of ideas. I also heard people say number. We need to number the steps we need to take. What else do our instructions need? Time conjunctions, you're right, like first, next, after that, finally. Let's get a different colour now. What else do our instructions need? Good, they need adverbs like quietly, carefully, cautiously. Okay. And then if you're feeling brave and you want to challenge, you can include some extra tips. Can you see I've just included 2 extra tips? Also, make sure that your sentences have all got a capital letter and a full stop. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is our challenges to see if we can start to write up our instructions for how to trap a giant. And remember, when you're doing this, to use your sound mats, and I'll have a look at our sound mats in a minute, so that if you want to, you can take a little picture. In fact, I'll show you now. So if you want to, you can take a little picture. So we've got this sound mat here. So if you want to take a picture, get mums and dads, if you don't have it on you, it should be in your packs that you got. If you can't find it, then you can take a little picture now. We've also got this one as well with our sounds on, our set 2 sounds. And then if we're feeling up for it, we have got our set 3 sounds. So if you want to take a picture quickly. Some of these we haven't covered yet, so don't worry if you don't know all of those. Okay, so we are going to start to write up how to trap a giant. So I'm going to try, wish me luck, and move my laptop up a little bit so you can see how to trap a giant. Okay, so let's have a think. We know this now because we practiced our story map, didn't we? So I've got how to trap a giant, and you can have your story map there to help you when you're writing up your instructions. How to trap a giant, what comes next? You will need, let's start with a capital letter because it's the start of our sentence. You. That's a tricky red word. We can't sound it out. You will. What? If. Ooh. 2 letters that make 1 sound. You will need. You will need. So we're starting on a new line for our list, and we need to start with a capital letter. So you will need a spade, capital A, spade. A, good. A, the. See my chatty friend that we learned about. You will need a spade, comma. What was it? Trying to have a think. Let's see if I can remind myself of that story map. A spade leaves. Leaves. Don't worry if you don't get all your spellings right. As long as you're using your sounds and I can read them, then that is fantastic. A spade leaves and remember we need a comma in between those 2, but for the last item on the list we need and. A spade leaves and some. Now this is also a tricky red word. If we sound out, be but it's not. Off, and an F. Some. A spade leaves and some meat. Now we know that E sound for cup of tea. E. I think at the end of my sentence. Full stop, that's right. You will need a spade, comma, leaves, and some meat. Then I'm going to start a new line for my first step, okay? So in fact, I'm going to leave a line and put 1 to make it really clear that these are my steps that I'm taking to trap our giant. So one, first. Let's remind ourselves, we've got one, first, comma, quietly dig a large and deep hole. First, so capital letter because it's the start of my sentence again. First, comma, quietly, so quietly, remember we spoke about that when we were doing adverbs, didn't we? They often ended in that ly sound, ly, that makes ly. Quietly, first, quietly dig, dig a large, now it's tricky, it sounds like j, but it's g and e, the letters that make j sound in this word. J. First, quietly dig a large and first quietly dig a large and deep, thank you, deep hole. First quietly dig a large and deep hole, full stop. Then I'd go on to 2 and I'd start a new line and do my next instruction. So I'm not going to carry on because I think that you are going to need a little bit of time for this activity because it's a little bit longer and it might take you a bit longer to do. So I totally understand if it takes a couple of tries, okay, but just try your best, see how much you get. Okay, so if you feel like you can do that, pause me now, not pause me, you can go away and have a go at doing that and then post your instructions up to Tapestry. If you think that might be a little bit tricky, stay on because we're going to hold a sentence together, but only if you think you find that a little bit tricky, okay? If you can, have your best go at doing your instructions. Okay, let me just get my pen. I don't know if I put it. There it is. Okay, so we are going to hold a sentence from a story map. So our sentence is, so if you think you can do that, you don't need to do this, but if you think you need a bit more help, you can do this with me. Okay, so our sentence from our story map is, dig a deep hole. Dig a deep hole. Dig a deep hole. Okay, so I'm going to have a go and then we're going to do it together. Sorry, I'm going to have a go, then you're going to have a go, then we're going to mark it together. So dig a deep hole. Dig a deep hole. How many sounds has dig got in it? 3. Let's sound them out. D, I, g. Dig. And because it's the start of our sentence, what do we need? That's right, we need a capital letter. Dig. D, I, g. Dig a. Dig a. Dig a deep. D. D. E. Thank you. D. E. P. Deep. D. E. D. E. P. Dig a deep hole. Hole. And at the end, just try and fit it in. Full stop. Let's read it together. Dig a deep hole. Okay. Take a little picture in your head. Your turn. Have a go now. Doing dig a deep hole. Write it down and pause me whilst you do that. Hopefully you pause me Welcome back. Let's mark it together. So we have got capital letter, tick, D, I, G, dig, little tick for your finger space. A, tick, deep. E, underline your special friends. D, E, P, deep, tick or fix. Tick for your finger space as well. Dig, finger space, A, finger space, deep, finger space, tick, hole. Give a tick if you got for hole and if you got your full stop. Dig a deep hole. Pause me if you need to look at it a little bit longer while you tick or fix. Okay. I am going to give you a fantastic because you've tried so hard today. Well done. Fantastic work, year one. I look forward to seeing all of your fantastic work on Tapestry. Bye.